Hi, welcome to Back 40 Auto Works. My name's Jeremy. My friends call me Styles. I'm laying in the back of the Buick because the trunk lock is seized. I got to figure out how to get in there and release it. And of course, the trunk is full of all the LS swap stuff. Anyway, I don't know if you can see. The trunk lock is all the way back there, about 7 feet where I am. So, well, it feels like 7 feet anyway. So, I got to empty out all this junk. Try and get her open. That, unfortunately, is my project for tonight. Nothing terribly exciting, but I got to get that hatch open because I got to see what's in there that I need and don't need before I start anything. Because I'm pretty sure everything I need for that engine is in here, harness and stuff like that. Got to see what's in there for throttle body, if anything. I got to see what's in there for computer, ECU, CPU, whatever it is. I need one of those for sure, and I'm hoping I put the right one in here because it's been just about a year. And half the time I can't remember what I did yesterday. Anyway, see if we can get her open and go from there, I guess. Well, I found a fuel rail, computer, which may or may not be for the engine in the car. I think it's for something else. Found her old distributor, which is great because I can jam that in that 305 over there. Don't know if you can see that. Over behind the go-kart, you can just barely see it there. That is the original engine. We're going to use that in the Buick. There's all kinds more sections of harness and stuff. Another computer over there. I don't know if you can see it. There's the back window there. That, I believe, is the one I actually need. There it is. Yep. Found the starter. Need that too. I think that will work on the 250, which is good because I need some 250 parts. Boy, I'll tell you, these poor old X bodies and these older GMs, 70s and 80s here, all this old plastic dry rot, something terrible. It's a shame. You can see back in there, all that plastic busted under the window. And you just touch it and it falls apart in your hands. It's terrible. There's that computer I was telling you about. I think now I have enough room that I can get to that trunk release. Still a bunch of boxes of crap in there. I don't want to take too much out because I think I was trying to keep it all straight. I'm pretty sure this was everything I needed for the swap for this car. There's an old cluster there too. I suspect that's out of the... Geez, I don't know what that's out of. Still a Silverado cluster anyway. It will probably work if I need it. I'm hoping not to need it. Alright. The old screwdriver trick did work, but that latch is pretty well wore out. Anyway, anybody got an X body out there with a good trunk latch and a good hatch? Hatch is done. I'll show you. So if you look up here along the edge of my hatch, it's been repaired before. And what they done is it looks like they cut the trunk lid off of it, just a regular trunk style or coupe, whatever you want to call it, and welded it on. But as you can see, they only tacked it. Never really finished it. You can see it looks like it was a tan color. And I saw over here on the other side, there it is. That's right there where they cut it. Welded the new one too. Didn't finish welding all the way. You can see that other hatch is like a tan or gold color. Other piece, trunk piece, I should say. Anyway, you do what you can do. I'll probably do the same thing. I'll just try to make it a little nicer job, a little more finished job, because I have to. I got no choice at this point. And as you can see in here, in the rest of the trunk, holes around there, that it is gone right there. There's like fiberglass hole in there. All along there. And I don't know how wavy that's actually supposed to be, that gasket. Doesn't look to me like it fits right, but I don't have another one to go off. And we don't have any taillight fillers. We never did. I don't know what we're going to do there. I may end up buying some pieces. No filler there. And I don't think there's one on the other side. I remember. I may end up buying some pieces. She might end up with a Pontiac or a Buick back end yet. I don't know. We'll do what we can do. Again, we're running out of time. The door bottoms and the old Buick have seen better days, but have you seen with the wagon, we've learned how to do that. So get that trim off and see what the rocker's like under there too. They may not be fantastic, but we'll get her. Eden really likes this dark green color that the car is. That's not the original color, but and my phone doesn't do it much justice. I apologize. We're in the works of getting a better phone, better camera, boys. We'll get on that. This emerald color that you can see on the insides of the fenders is actually the color it was. I kind of like it better. You see it up around the cowl and stuff, just barely. Right there. That kind of lighter green. And in here. We're going to have to address just how low it's sitting in the back there too. These old X bodies, the rear leaf seem to relax on them and flatten out a little bit, and that drops the back of them down. So it actually has 15-inch tires in the back and 14-inch tires in the front, although you can't tell because she sits half level even though she's squatting in the back. So, and one of the things that happened is the rear shock on the driver's side was welded to the rear subframe. They made a bracket for that instead of putting it up through the floor where it's supposed to go. So we got to fix that too. That'll be a whole lot of fun. But we'll do it right anyway, because it should be done right. And you can see there's still some lumps of body filler hanging out of her. Well, that'll get addressed. Hopefully I won't be painting her in the cold, like we did the wagon. That wasn't fun. Anyway, now that the trunk is open, there's some sections of harness in here. There's the oil pan I took off, the 5.3. That actually might be the one for a van. I bought one for a van when all this started. It was supposed to be the same pan as the Camaro pan, which I needed. It turned out that it is not. Bits of junks of harness in here. Everything I need. I think I have everything. Those are my those are my plugins for my computer. And this other CPU that I need is in here somewhere. Supposed to be. I'm not sure. Airbox in there. Front pads that have to go on. I hope it's in here. I don't know where the heck it is. Where's that harness? We could be in trouble. I don't know where that CPU is. Maybe it's in this box. This oil pan. Anyway, I know I have it. Somewhere. Somewhere. In there? Nope. We'll find it. We'll find it. Pull the AC pump off the 5.3. There is the wrapped up in the bag there. That is the rest of the harness that's needed. Actually, I think this might have been off the 5.3. I originally tried to put in this. I think we might have fun figuring out what we need. Actually, I got an idea. That stuff might be here yet. Hold on. Right there, I believe, are the totes for everything for the 2002 5.3, which is the engine that is in the Buick. Of course, tucked under all my other junk. Anyway, I think that the ECU might be there. Well, some more coils and stuff. There should be another tote there. There it is. I can see it. Okay. Perfect. Under that one tote, there's another tote with a hole, and I see the ECU in it. Perfect. Just see it. You think I'd clean this place up? Well, going to have to do that before I start with the Buick. Well, somewhat. You know. It's a mess, but we'll carry on. Should point out right there on the stand, by the way, is Dave's 305 that he's going to fix up someday. We need to find him a body to put that in. It's out of an 84 square body, and I think he put fuel-injected heads on it, if I remember. No, he did not. And there is the original engine that we tried to put in the Buick when we started this channel. It's a 5.3 out of a 2000. 2000 Silverado. I paid up for that one. I went to put it in, and then found out, if you remember watching the first couple of videos, there was rust in number 1 or number 2 cylinder. And she's pretty well ruined. Now, she can be bored out later on, but that's wasn't what we were trying to do here, so we put her aside for now. There's all kinds of good parts on her. I also have up there in the top corner of that shelf beside them gas cans is another ECU out of an 01 Suburban. So I have that I can use too if these other two are duds. One of them will be good, one way or another, I think. And so it begins in the next 3 or 4 nights, probably starting tomorrow night. I'm going to get out here, I'll pull these manifolds off. As I mentioned before, that's got to happen first. Got some bolts to take out of there that are seized in there. I have never done that. That'll be an adventure, I guess. So you get to see me messing around with that, figure that out. Fix that power steering debacle that we have. Yeah. There is more. I know there is more. We got to hook up a shifter. Don't know yet what I'm going to do. I might just use the original shifter, and I can do that because we used the original Turbo 350 transmission, so that'll work. And I guess I might switch intakes and go drive by throttle. I've got 2 or 3 gas pedal setups, might as well use them. Should be another gas pedal setup and that's a tote you saw over there. And yeah, we'll get at her. I talk about all the junk I collect over the years. There is a 2.5 out of a Sonoma 4-cylinder. That originally was the motor I wanted to put in that 32 Pontiac over there. I have just about everything for that. And I have a 5-speed transmission sitting here for it too. So that's a someday project too. I love 4-cylinders, I don't know why. And then under my bench here, there is a Windsor, 351 Ford Windsor. Out of a 79 Crown Victoria that a buddy of mine gave me. Transmission and everything is here for it. I believe that's it there. Hiding under the bench. It may find its way into the old green truck down there. The old 75. And another half a 250. You can just see under this mess of hose and radiator. I don't throw nothing away, which is part of my problem. That's why I'm tripping over junk all the time. An alternator, which I believe is good. Well, it spins anyway. I'll have to get that tested. GM alternator. Should work on something. We'll probably need it. Believe it or not, I actually remember this car being around when I was in high school because my first car was a 76 Nova, which is pretty well identical. I probably mentioned that a few times. And a fellow I know, his father had this one. And it stayed in our area, Montecoupe Islands area, for a long, long time. And I had thought it was driven every day in the winter, but it wasn't. At one point, it was put up on blocks for just about 20 years, so which is what saved it, I guess. But as you can see down here, this place, and there's another spot over here by the windshield. Most of the spots in the car are not that bad. Certainly it's not as bad as the wagon was. But there's body work. And like I said, problems get closer. However, tossed around the idea of picking up a new daily. And you know me, it ain't going to be anything new if I can help it. So if I can find another classic or something that I can drive every day, that people won't slit my throat for driving in the winter, because I'm not dummy that likes to drive his old cars in the winter, because I just plain do. If you're going to have them, you might as well use them. And we can do that. Something else for my daughter to take to prom, that'll buy us more time. However, regardless, we got to get at this. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. It's short, but I'm out here starting. Progress is going to be very slow, and I've probably only got a few hours each night, so the videos may be a little further between than they were. Might be every couple of weeks, maybe every 2.5, 3 weeks. I hope not, but I'll do the best I can. Thank you all for watching. Take care.